Hello, my friends. Luiz Lima here, live streaming from Orlando tonight. Welcome to Kardec Radio. This is Spiritism, a closer look. And as you know, we do this program every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. In this program, we are going to take a closer look at serenity and inner peace. They are kind of related, so let's go through this a little bit. Spiritism has a very clear vision on the subject. So first, let's try to differentiate serenity and inner peace, what they have in common or not. So inner peace is more like the state that you experience, and serenity is more like the quality of that state. Inner peace gives us a general feeling of, I would say, balance, this emotional ease, a calm state. Usually, most of the times, the sensation of inner peace has to do with circumstances where things are going well or the mind is quiet, for example. And this can come and go. Of course, we go through life and we have more difficult times and easier times. And so inner peace is something that can come and go. It's very based on situation and emotions. Serenity, on the other hand, it's a deeper calm, just this enduring calm. And it remains, it's always there, even during situations of conflict, stress, uncertainty, the light is not clear ahead, but you still feel this serenity because it's something grander than inner peace. Serenity involves, first of all, wisdom, acceptance, and this, I would say, emotional resilience. So let me give 2 examples here. Here's an example of inner peace. You're feeling relaxed and content during some, a quiet evening because you solved a problem throughout the day. That gives you that, wow, that's inner peace. Serenity, I could give an example. Say you're staying calm and centered even if you're facing difficulties. For example, loss of a loved one. Loss of a loved one is something that, it's really difficult for all of us. But if we are experiencing this quality of the inner peace called serenity, we're still balanced, we're still serene. Just like Jesus was. He was very serene. There are no reports whatsoever, and we cannot even imagine him being out of balance. And oh my God, what do I do now? It's just not him, because he is a very advanced spirit, morally and intellectually speaking. So I would say the key difference between inner peace and serenity is inner peace is like feeling calm. Serenity is remaining calm no matter what. You might have a million things, taking place around you, and you're still there, centered. In the Spiritist sense, inner peace arises from moments of reflection, harmony, prayer. And serenity comes from a deeper understanding, so that we know how things are. We understand the universe, we understand life, and we trust life's purpose. So no matter what's going on, we trust it. There's faith in here. So inner peace tends to be a little more punctual, and serenity more, I would say, maybe ample. So serenity depends on spiritual understanding. I would say it's inner peace rooted in spiritual understanding. You see, serenity It's not the absence of problems, but the ability to stay calm within them. The problems are going to happen, the situations, circumstances, they're going to be there. But the ability to stay calm within them. So, serenity is not found in bypassing life's storms. We're going to have to offset the wrongdoings anyway. But serenity comes from understanding their purpose, the purpose of having to go through situations, circumstances, some more difficult, some less difficult. But if we understand why this is happening, there's no reason to panic. If we really understand, there's no reason to kind of panic. We just know, oh my God, I'm going to have to go through this. I know exactly why, but what can I do? Let's go through it. So we are serene. It doesn't matter that we are, by staying serene, we are avoiding the life's circumstances and storms and problems. No, we cannot avoid. They are in our way for some reason. Something was done back there, and it's time to face it. So serenity, it comes as I would say, a result maybe of, first of all, faith. A person without faith, or some sort of shaky faith, cannot be serene. You have to have faith all the time to be serene, always. Serenity is also a result of knowledge. I mentioned wisdom a few minutes ago. Knowledge of spiritual laws, understanding these laws, the natural law, God's laws, that will give us serenity. It's also a result of moral development. The more we know, the more the higher our level of morality, there's less chance that we have a problem. We're going to have some sort of problem with being serene. Especially if we understand reincarnation, where life is, it is a learning process across multiple existences, and we get better as we go along, one reincarnation after another. So we learn more. In the beginning, it's very hard to be serene because, we just do a lot of mistakes. We have to face those mistakes. So as we go along and we start offsetting those mistakes, plus not incurring in new ones, things are easier. We're going to be more centered. So serenity is going to come around. Reincarnation gives us opportunities, the opportunity for growth throughout, several lives, by facing all the challenges that we have to face. And the wisdom, the knowledge of the spiritual laws, will let us know exactly that this is all temporary. So we are bound to perfection. We will be there. Depends on us, on how fast and how easily we get there, but it is temporary. So, by having several different reincarnations, one after another, we are given the opportunity to learn and evolve and understand things. And as we understand, things are a little bit easier for us. Some of the things that we need to look into here. First, the law of cause and effect. I just mentioned that, right? All the wrongdoings and the wrongs of the past, they have to be offset, because for every action, there are consequences. So if we did bad things, we're going to have to face some sort of adversity, if you will. If we do good things are going to come around to us. So because of the law of cause and effect, also some people call it the law of karma, life presents these struggles, but they all stem from past actions. They all come from past actions. So serenity arises when we accept responsibility instead of revolting. Why am I going through this? Oh my God, that person should be going through this, not me, and so and so. We're not going to be serene by acting like this. So, accepting responsibility. And second, trust in divine justice, which we here on earth have a very hard time understanding divine justice. Divine justice is a subject that it can take us hours speaking. But I'm just going to say one thing so we don't go off the subject here. For us, divine justice is hard to understand because we look at justice in a punctual matter. We look at Spirit Emmanuel calls the manifested cruelty. We look into that. We look into that and make a judgment. Divine justice does not look at situations like this. It looks at the outcome from that situation. So if the criteria is different, the outcome is going to be different. So divine justice looks in the outcome of the circumstance, fact, event, whatever it is. Okay, so another thing that we need to take a look here is materialism. We all know we should detach as much as we can from materialism. Excessive attachment leads to suffering, leads to anxiety. So serenity cannot be there. So if we shift the focus to the spiritual values, we are giving ourselves an opportunity to grow serenity from within. It's something that we have to do, each one of us. It's individual. It cannot be outsourced. It's free will. We might decide that I don't want to be serene. I want to be this always, ever suffering soul. It's a choice. It just doesn't have to be that way. So the less visibility we put into the future, the more likely serenity is going to be cloudy and hazy. So if we don't detach from a material life, we put all the emphasis and focus on it, serenity is cloudy and hazy. Now, if we put the emphasis and the focus on the spiritual life, things can be completely different. Another element to look into is faith. We spoke about this in the beginning. So faith, the confidence that we should have in a just and benevolent Creator will bring us serenity. But we have to have that confidence. Nothing happens without a purpose. So when we trust, when we surrender, when we hope, all of these elements build up a sense of serenity, build up a sense of, things are going to be okay. Another element, prayer. Prayer connects us to the higher realms, to the higher spiritual forces. Prayer provides guidance, right? Provides strength, comfort, consolation, all these things. So prayer, obviously it's a practice, it's something that we do if we decide to, but it's a key practice for maintaining serenity. It keeps us aligned with the higher realms. Another thing to look into is happiness that will ultimately come from charity and love. Happiness is a byproduct of making other people happy. You make somebody else happy and you feel it, wow, that feeling, that sensation that makes you happy. So happiness is earned. It's not a divine decree. It's earned as we make other people happy. So it comes back to us as a byproduct of that. So charity and love will bring happiness. Love, of course, we know this, reduces fear, resentment, anger, all the bad negative energies. Love eliminates all of that. It reduces all of that. It flies over all of that. So suffering is something that we need to look into also, because suffering is incompatible with serenity. It's either or. You can't have both. So if we are able, if or when we are able to look at suffering and see it as a temporary thing, and see it as an educational process, then suffering by itself will have a purpose. So I don't have to look at purpose, as this bad punishment. No, it's just a process. It's part of a process. Serenity comes when you look at this suffering. Serenity will come from accepting it, understanding that it's temporary, it's educational. It will come from this new perspective of looking into that. And obviously, it will come from patience, because when we go through suffering, we want, to snap our fingers and just like that, and the suffering is all gone. It isn't that way. So it will require patience. You will. So learning how to be patient also helps us. So things that will make us or gives us strength to pursue serenity. Some of them we mentioned here. Daily reflection, self-improvement, practicing forgiveness. Forgiveness is the game changer. Is that when you stop dealing with negative stuff, bad stuff, vices, and you turn into virtues, positive things, good energy, forgiveness is the game changer. We are all bound to perfection. In order to be perfect, we cannot have tendencies in terms of forgiveness. So I should have forgiven that person, 20 years ago, 3 lives ago. If I have that tendency, if that's pending, I can't be perfect. And I can't be serene all the time, because when this comes back, I get agitated. I get uncentered. So prayer and meditation, forgiveness, acts of kindness. Do good things, be kind. We should be kind to make ourselves entitled to kindness. We all like it, so why not do it? And studying and knowledge is also, a key thing also. So serenity is this spiritual achievement. It's a spiritual thing, it's not material. Nothing that you can buy, nothing that you can operate in terms of a material life is going to bring serenity. It's a spiritual and spiritual only achievement. It comes from understanding life beyond the material world. Peace comes from within through spiritual growth. So to sum up, we could say that serenity is earned, requires effort, requires responsibility. Serenity is earned. It doesn't come automatically with the package when we incarnate. It is something that we need to work for. It is earned. And how fast it's going to be present in our lives, it depends on us. It depends solely on us. Thank you very much for being part of our program tonight. We appreciate your being part of it. Thanks so much for the comments here. Spiritism, a closer look. We'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on Kardec Radio. Thanks so much. Be well.